hear it, so let her tell it. People on the streets, says Sabrina speaks. Tune into the show, she will let you know. Tell all your friends and family. Real talk is no joke. You get the news straight up from grassroots and concerns. You can hear with some people gone. So tell all your friends to tune in to
Good evening, Cayman. I'm Sabrina Turner, and welcome to Sabrina Speaks, your daily dose of clarity, truth, and community insights. Every weekday from 5 to 6:30 p.m., we're tackling the issues that affect you, from national headlines to grassroots concerns. Whether you're in traffic or winding down your day, this is your chance to hear it straight and speak your truth. So buckle up, Cayman. We're not holding back.
This is the show. We gotta let you know. Now we got to go.
And now here's Sabrina.
Good afternoon, Cayman. Welcome to another edition of Sabrina Speaks right here on CMR TV. Tonight, we are breaking from our scheduled programming to address a deeply troubling development. And CMR and myself have received multiple messages, and they continue to come in as we actually are going live here, with multiple messages from concerned parents and the public this afternoon as it pertains to reports that are continuing to emerge of an alleged firearm incident at Clifton Hunter High School earlier this afternoon. Now, details, as I stated, are still coming in, and we urge you to be calm, vigilant, and respect the investigative process. Now, let me be clear. This is not a norm for our beloved Cayman Islands, and we see what's happening with gun crimes all around the world, and especially the United States. We are a community built on trust, safety, and shared responsibility, but it's moments like this that demands more than, shock. They demand reflection, accountability, and definitely action. So I'm going to play a video here of the breaking news, and as it comes in, I'll be sharing with you messages from concerned parents as well. So
Cayman, we have breaking news coming out of Clifton Hunter High School, where the campus is currently being evacuated. Sources on the ground tell CMR that a student allegedly threatened to bring firearms to the school. His name was reportedly called over the intercom, and both school security and police are actively searching the area behind the school where the weapons are believed to have been hidden in nearby bushes. Students have been rushed onto buses for safety, but instead of the usual pickup at the back of the school, buses were diverted to the front entrance. Parents report a heavy police presence around the back of the property during this ongoing search. We are still awaiting official confirmation from the RCIPS and the Department of Education Services. This is a developing story, and we'll bring you the very latest updates as soon as we have them. Stay tuned right here to CMR, Cayman's #1 source for breaking news.
There you have it. And as I said, we have information this is a developing story. We know that there are panic parents, and we know that the kids as well. I do have a message that is from a parent that is sincerely hopes that, the matter will be thoroughly investigated, and that they are sharing information from me from their son regarding the firearm, and their brother, and his brother does possess a firearm. Furthermore, that the same student has posted the alleged student has posted picture of a firearm on their social media account. And parents are actually, reaching out and hoping that this will be taken serious by the Royal Cayman Islands Police Service, and a thorough and proper investigation is done. You can find, we got the breaking news about an hour ago. As soon as we got, this is after a slew of information that came into CMR, to Sandra, myself, even though she's on vacation, the information was coming in, and we immediately posted it as once confirmation was received. Now we are expecting a statement or a message from the Ministry of Education about the incident. Before we went live, we are understanding that the RCIPS is still on the ground there at Clifton Hunter High School. And at this point, there are no reports of any firearm being located on the grounds of the campus. 936-8255 is the number to call, because we know this is something that we are going to actually be opening up this forum this evening for this very said purpose. And I assure you that I will be sharing the information as it comes to me. I have also reached out to the Honorable Premier, given them the link for this show, and the Honorable Minister for Education, who they're actually trying now they're chairing Finance Committee. And, but a situation like this, I'm quite sure they will be having a press statement. This platform is for them. They can actually have shared the link. We can either do a video link with them, or they're welcome to join me. But the information keeps coming in. This is a developing story. We have not received any reports that any child or children have been injured. There's no reports received at this point, whether or not school closures or anything of that nature. I'm seeing all of the comments here. Nothing officially in regards to school closure. Based on the report that we received that I played here, all of the children were actually removed. The school was vacated, and the kids were moved to the front of the school. It is alleged, based on some reports that are coming into CMR, that children were actually seeing this weapon and were touching it. We are still having to confirm all of these allegations, because this is real. So at the end of the day, brief student will be, yes. And in regards to the alleged student right now, that student will be working remotely until the Royal Cayman Islands Police Service actually conclude their investigation. So as it continues to come into us right here on Sabrina Speaks, I will be breaking it to you. Like I said, I have reached out to the minister, who has responded back to me and saying that, they're still in Finance Committee. Situations like this, he expects his ministry teams, the operational arm of government, to actually prepare an official statement that hopefully will include the latest findings. That would more than likely be in collaboration with the Royal Cayman Islands Police Service, who in this case now would be the ones in charge. And what they would be doing, they would more than likely be doing a perimeter search. They would be looking and asking questions. And we're asking all of those children as well, of course, with parental consent and all of the powers that be at Clifton Hunter. Situations like this, you don't want to take any report for granted. You want to act on those. You want to act as timely as possible. Information received to CMR TV as well is that apparently this is alleged that the principal was aware of these utterances made by some of the students in the school, and that because they acknowledged, this is all allegations, they acknowledged that they had heard of this, that there was this threat of this student going to bring a gun to school and shoot up the place, or but because nothing happened, and then it spread like wildfire later on as more and more of the students. Now, it is in between receiving that information that it is alleged that some of the kids actually saw this firearm, and that's where it really got just ballooned. But to say what is coming into us on this platform, that authorities in high positions did not hear utterances, it seems as though they did, but they kind of took it for a rumor. Now, that speaks volumes because we don't wait for an incident to happen in situations like this. And this is why nothing can be taken for granted. Any reports received should be treated with the highest of, as though it's real. And until you can prove otherwise, we don't want copycat incidents, as we're seeing gun crimes escalate around us in the United States. We're seeing where young people are just taking to guns. We are aware of the amount of guns that are in our community. And this has been something that even plays into national security. On this platform right here, we have spoken about national security over and over and over and over again, and the importance of making sure we fund it. But no one wants these scenarios, in all honesty, to play out in real time. So I'm going to give the Honorable Premier, the Honorable Minister, again, they're in Finance Committee. That was, they had a short pause. Maybe it was because of the allegations of this, and when this incident became aware to them, they're in Parliament. They have been there all morning. I have been following up on the Finance Committee meeting personally until the phone started blowing up when reports of this was received. But I do have information coming in from concerned parents, and they are hoping and appealing that government will take, and RCIPS will take this into serious consideration, and that, you know, situations like this is treated harshly. Yes, harshly. This is not the time to be joking. And, you know, if there is a threat, and what may have triggered this emotive response or this threat to, I'm going to shoot up my classmates, this is not something that you want to take lightly. This is something that you want to handle as though there's a found firearm on the premises. And a lot of this information will be strongly relied upon by the students. But then the students too, as well, may be fair. You know the saying, snitches get stitches. It is such a delicate balance. And because it is something that we are not accustomed to here in the Cayman Islands, we need to be able to take this very seriously. But information continues to come in as I am going live, and I will share it with you as it comes in and made live to me with what information I have, what continues to come in. And it's lock the school down. Yeah. So they didn't lock the school down is what I'm getting, but they had dog and security. And this now is coming in from persons that are sharing information with me. And he was ready to shoot on the field, even had kids touching it. I'm assuming touching it, meaning the weapon. This is all information, unverified information, but it kind of aligns with another information that I received from a concerned parent stating in similar vein. So whether or not this weapon will be found, the mere fact that this child will no longer be allowed to come to the school, I'm quite sure those powers at B will actually do a thorough search of the entire school campus, including the surrounding shrub, bush, everything. But what is coming in is that the school was not locked down. I do not have Dante 2. I do not have any information at this time. I'm waiting for a press release from the Ministry of Education to confirm whether or not there will be school tomorrow because of this allegation. But it is one that should be taken serious. And I'm quite sure, based on the parents' chats and of course, public announcement will be made from the authorities at hand. But this is the importance of quickly swinging into action. People are hungry for the information. You have various and a number of information coming in from different perspectives. You got the information that's coming in from the students that were at the school. You're having to check the authenticity of the information, not that you're saying the kids are not doubting, because when you get a repeat of this, and then you're seeing where on social media channels of the alleged student actually having this posted on social media that their family member actually do have a gun, whether it's licensed or not, or is it real? Nevertheless, when you get allegations like this that are in on a public platform, that is again additional information that police will use a part of this investigation. But what is happening right now is that Royal Cayman Islands Police Service, I'm quite sure the task force and all of those specialist officers are on the ground at Clifton Hunter High School. There have been no reports at this time that any child or children, any student or teacher alike have been injured. There has been no reports whether or not schools will be closed tomorrow. There is no reports whether or not shots were fired. The information is coming in as we speak. But what has been shared with us, what we can share, is that, the kids, normally the buses are parked at the rear, where at the school, near to the playing field. And when the allegations were received or reported, and that, this could actually be a reality in safekeeping of the children, they then allowed the buses were moved to the front of the school. And that's where all of the students were congregated. Now, is that the right thing to do? We don't know. Have there ever been a mock exercise for a shooting incident in our schools? Should this be a part, just like how we do drills for fire, drills for an earthquake? Is this now going to be a new norm? Do we need training for this? The closest incident of public shooting we have, which to the best of my knowledge is still a matter under investigation, is for the shooting at Scholars Park. And we realized what happened there, where actually shots were fired, persons did get injured, but now this is coming in our schools. Are we getting to the point now where we have to search, where we have to get a special task force from government to definitely look at various social media channels? Do we create a platform where our youth and children, because you can see this parent that commented saying that, they are aware, their son is aware that this student, the alleged student, has been seen on their social media platform with a weapon. So when this said student is making these type of allegations at school, it definitely puts it to a different level. And of course, this parent is going to make sure that they share it with us. And I'm hoping that information such like this will actually reach the ears to be a part of the investigation. But we will not be speculating at this time based on the information that is being received, is coming in from just normal citizens like yourself. I am waiting for official a statement from the Ministry of Education and or the Premier or the Royal Cayman Islands Police Service. 936-8255 is the number if they want to call in. I can send them my link. They know how they can get in contact with me. But we are here to bring it live to you as it becomes available to us. And again, you're free to call in, not necessarily, but to air your concern. If you're a student, if you're a parent who was concerned, and you just want to know, where are we going? Is this going to be a new norm for Cayman? Kimar, my opinion is we close the school, because what if he sneaks in the school? So they should lock down school. Now, that's another thing. We don't know if it's going to be a house arrest. We don't know. Again, this is all information, a part of the investigative process, Kimar. But good point, having him work remote from home or wherever he's going to end up. Will that person be monitored? You have to look at the impact then on their household as well. Will it be retaliatory? Because we know as a small island country, everybody knows everybody. And this is where there could be some apathy, some apprehension, and even the students talking truly of what they know. And investigation and getting to the bottom of these things rely on how much public cooperation is received. But if you're fearful of speaking because you have aired it on this platform, how you're not protected and how you're treated. Oh my God, we've had it earlier. I think that was on Monday, where we were talking about how persons are handled by the Royal Cayman Islands Police Service when they go in to make reports on nuance of in regards to playing of music and so forth within our communities. And based on the conversations ensued, it was left to be desired how people are made, common civilians are made to feel when they go to make reports. Now, this is to a different level. We understand that in this world with our young people, that sometimes they often feel unheard. We don't know. But what we know is we don't want this in our schools. We don't want this in our communities. We don't want anything as it relates to gun crimes here in the Cayman Islands. And this is why we have to do this together. Maya, good afternoon. Do they know where the boy is at this time? What information we know is that they pretty much made an intercom. He was called over the intercom. Whether he reported to the office, it is unclear as pertains to those details right now. But I will play the video for what information we have. As the information, Margie, becomes, and Maya, I will definitely let you know. So as soon as the information, bag search, Ms. Brenna Bodden says, yes, we probably have to do more bag searches, but at these schools, they normally just have a security officer and with a dog. And that is information that we're seeing. And it's also alleged as well that students are reporting that they touched it, which kind of confirms that there was a weapon on campus. Now, whether it was loaded, whether there was ammunition, we don't know any of that right now. But this is what was breaking on CMR platform.
Cayman, we have breaking news coming out of Clifton Hunter High School, where the campus is currently being evacuated. Sources on the ground tell CMR that a student allegedly threatened to bring firearms to the school. His name was reportedly called over the intercom, and both school security and police are actively searching the area behind the school where the weapons are believed to have been hidden in nearby bushes. Students have been rushed onto buses for safety, but instead of the usual pickup at the back of the school, buses were diverted to the front entrance. Parents report a heavy police presence around the back of the property during this ongoing search. We are still awaiting official confirmation from the RCIPS and the Department of Education Services. This is a developing story and we'll bring you the very latest updates as soon as we have them. Stay tuned right here to CMR, Cayman's #1 source for breaking news.
There you have it. That's what we have right now. Let me put myself back in here. Yeah, that's the latest that we have right now. And like I said, I've reached out to the Honorable Minister for Education. That's Honorable Anglin Ralston. And I've also shared the link contact number with them. But we are expecting a statement from the ministry momentarily. That will, I'm quite sure once that is ready, we will actually be sharing that with you once CMR gets it as well. Kimar, if they don't, they're just putting us in danger, meaning if they don't allow or hold this child, again, this is a space for you. Suggested bag searches every day. Dorothy McLeod, it's a serious thing. I agree. And this is why we changed the regular scheduled programming. This is your platform. Good afternoon, Abby. If this is all this all his fault, I'm not so sure. What happened? Jasariat was alleged of a gun on the campus of Clifton Hunter, reported earlier this afternoon, and I hope that you saw the last video. I'm not trying to get shot. No. Oh Lord, no, we don't want that. And metal detectors would catch knives also. Yes. So I want to keep up with all your messages here. They need to take this seriously, even if it's just a rumor. This should not be taken as a joke. Well, like I said, what is coming into us, some of the students are what they're sharing with their parents and for their own protection. Some have actually seen a weapon. Now, based on the report that we received, this is subject to change because this is a developing story. I'm quite sure we will know whether or not when the RSIPs or their investigators question this child, whether or not he would actually admit whether or not there was actually a weapon. But again, it will rely a lot on if these students did actually see this weapon and actually held it. Will they be willing to speak now? And will they be protected? Will they feel protected? That is where we're going as a society right now. I still go ski. He's mostly suspended. The name of the student right now, to us, I don't have it, and I don't. That's not for me to actually report. And I'm quite sure because this is still an allegation until a weapon, but the suspicion and the all of the reports that are coming in leads one is of serious concern. And like you rightfully say, whether or not it's a hoax, it has to be taken serious. And this is not a joke thing, not at all. They need to extend address down for a gun, suspended or expelled. Some people are saying, should they be suspended or expelled? Yeah, so these are ongoing conversations that we're seeing. But again, you're welcome to call in 936-8255. Now, discussion ensued as well. And once this is, I'm quite sure an incident report will have to be done from the principal and the teachers, or more so on reliance on the teacher, on the principal of the school of this incident. And as all of the information that is in this incident report would have to, of course, feed up to the ministry. Timelines will be imperative. If the student started, let's say, allegedly started saying, or this kid made this statement, let's say even from break time, 4 o'clock or thereabouts was when it was blown. It just 2:30, 3 o'clock is when it just mushroomed. It just blew up. How long will be critical? Was the principal or even teachers aware of the rumblings of this in the school? And how did they react to that? Because the importance of timely reporting and transparent communication is pivotal. Now, is there a protocol for something like this? What would it be? Who do you call first? Do you call the Royal Cayman Islands Police Service? Is there a plan for shutting it down? Do you then do the doors lock automatically? I mean, these are things, because it's so new for us here. I don't know if they have the protocols, and this is why persons like the Minister of Education and Mr. Markery, whoever is responsible, the chief officer or whomever, they're the ones that would have to tell us what's in play for scenarios like this. But based on reports that we're receiving, it appears as though there's this threat, and that there were the alleged person, young man, meant to open fire once the kids were on the playfield. Now, what led up to that? We are still waiting on information. That is all a part of the investigation. But again, without witnesses, without persons actually be willing to share what they know that is facts, let's not fabricate anything here. Let's not speculate. That is going to be vital for this investigation. Why don't you go live on Instagram also? Oh Lord, did I forget Instagram? Oops. Oh boy. I think I need a key. Okay. That is behind the scenes. We are normally live on Instagram, but there's a key. Hold on. But this is so breaking. I don't want to do anything and then we lose everybody. My apologies for my Instagram peeps. Yeah, Kimar. They need to make people bring their phones because we can call the police while we walk to admin or main building. Kimar, that's a double-edged sword, and I'm assuming you're a student. This is something that has been even discussed in the United States with the importance of our students having access to their own phones in situations like this. But will they follow the protocols as to when you should or should not use your phones? This is why they were banned in schools, because they could be used for nefarious activities. They could also be used for planning something like this. Would they revisit it now? Let's see. But I think we need to look if there's not. And if there are any students who are willing to comment here, want to say whether or not you've had a drill like this, let me know. I'm not aware. Remy, this is so ridiculous because the students at Clifton Hunter were running out and parents coming to pick their children up. This looks bad on us, Sandra. This should be looked serious. Yeah, Remy, this is what I'm saying. I'm not aware of us having played out scenarios for a gun incident. This is something that, even though it's quite common in the United States, what I know we do preparations for is for fire. We do it for earthquakes. What we do in that congregation, again, national security. When we talk about that, we think just our borders. National security is also what happens in our community. And this is where constant conversation, adequate funding, this is not political. This is just facts. These are some of the things, not some of the things, this is what you call national security. Because right now, that is a big scene right now. It could be a mass casualty if guns were fired, if shots were fired. That is a huge incident going on right there now. How we respond to this, how we gather information, how we canvass the place and all that sort of stuff. If there is a gun or was a gun on the campus, when they announced that student's name over the intercom, is the gun still on the premises? Was it given to another pupil to protect their friend? Who is willing to speak? With everyone scampering out to what is alleged now to the front of the school to be sheltered in the buses, was that the right thing to do? Were they then open targets? These are all the things that come into the play that proves there is work to be done in scenarios like this. What is the best approach? What should have been done? Were there lessons to be learned? Are there lessons to be learned? Or are there things that should be now put in place? Do we look at safety in our schools to a different level? Well, then this, again, need additional funding so that we can do lockdowns into doors, with doors automatically closing when something like this happens. What if it happens when you're in class? What if it happens during lunchtime or break time that all of the students are all over the campus? What is the first thing to do? This, again, and more, we will depend on those powers that be in the ministry to share with us. If there was nothing, if there's no policy for this, this should be on the top of a priority, understanding the incidence of gun crimes that is happening in the United States, around the world. We know how much bladed incidents we're having here. Bladed incidents is knives. We know how much guns it is alleged that is in our community, some that are not even, that we don't even have recognition on them, because we are seeing where you can actually make these ghost guns that they no longer even have VIN numbers. So there's a lot at stake here that we have to take into consideration, and to see, what happened even yesterday with all of the young people. You see what happened with Charlie Kirk over there in Utah. Here we are with an incident of this. Thank God, it was not a major incident in a sense where shots were fired that anyone got injured. But this is why conversations like this has to be had. The real talks need to be had, cooperation and collaboration with the police, how they treat information, how they protect their witnesses as well, how they handle information to make, when persons have information come into them, is critical. It's critical in solving crimes. But how do we rid guns off of our streets? What do we need to do so that guns like this don't appear in our schools? What do we have to do when it's alleged that this young man has been seen on his social media platform pages with a weapon? Worse if it's not, whether or not it's a licensed firearm or not. What is a minor doing handling a gun? These are some of the key questions that needs to be asked. And if this was indeed the case, why are we just now hearing about this today if it's on social media? This is why, as parents as well, we need to monitor our kids too. This is all of our problems. We have said, here, it takes a village to raise a child. So if it is alleged that it has been seen that this young man, the same alleged young man who will now be, whose name was called out on the undercome at school, who is now reported that they will be working from home or receiving studies from home, what's going to be the protocol for that? What's going to make you, the parent, and the students feel safe that enough is being done? Are we prepared, equipped, know exactly how to handle this? Not undermining our investigators, Royal Cayman Islands Police, but this is a new scenario for us that is unfortunately not a scenario. It's real. It's real. That's why I carry my phone sometimes. Kimar, yeah, just don't get caught. And, we're not branding all students that the students will use it incorrectly. We're just hoping that at the end of the day that this policy could probably be revisited in situations like this. Not being an expert myself, but could that cause panic? Well, we had mayhem from what we're receiving. There was mayhem this afternoon anyhow because of the sheer panic once this got out. She's definitely loaded. Okay, so I am hearing that the gun that was there was loaded. Oh my gosh. So again, information is coming in. This is only alleged. Thank you for sharing this. Yeah, he treated Naomi. You should go live. Okay, oh my God. Pokey, she were real. Yeah. Oh, this is confirming that the gun was real. Now we want to find out whether or not they will find this weapon. Where was it disposed of? If it was disposed, was it thrown in the bushes? What are we going to do in order to detect and find this in between the lapse time of all of this and it becoming public knowledge to the powers that be to when the police actually got on campus? Was every child searched before they left the school? If this weapon is now on another student, on another person, and not on the one that they're holding to protect. Parents, I am encouraging you this evening to actually have the real questions with your child who, if they're a student at that school, we're just trying to help. We're just trying to make sure that space is safe. Again, I can't answer whether or not schools will be open tomorrow because this is still active and the information is still coming in. Miley, in case like this, they need to allow phones. I agree. Clifton need to change the rules and make us bring our phones. Real bro, please do. Okay, so they're coming in. Maya, I believe they need to allow us with our phones because if there was an open fire, us children would have no contact with our parents, quite rightly said. Make us bring our phones. So there is a public outcry from the students that they need to bring their phones. The education of ministry should take better caution because this is scary. I did not even want to stay at school for prep. Ski for prep. Yeah. Alleged. I know you guys are laughing. I got to use the right terms, guys, until it is proven or until you guys cooperate with the police. And I understand how scared you may be by saying this is real, miss. This is real. We saw the weapon. This is why I'm happy you're actually saying it here. But where is it? Until we get the updates from the Royal Cayman Islands Police Service, I have to use terms like that, alleged, because I don't know. These are just reports that we're receiving. They only search East End kids. Okay. He bring the gun. It's not allegedly. So you're confirming that there was a gun on site. No, they didn't. Kimar, I saw some boys by the wall where the bus come and they need to check there. Okay. This is for real. People are in shock. Yes, we did. Allegedly is crazy. Okay. Thank you for confirming that. I'll stop using the word allegedly because you guys are confirming that this is real. 500, I say the name. Oh no, I'm not gonna, no, we can't do that. That would be interfering. I want you to, anybody who's willing to cooperate with the police, I'm encouraging you to, you can call into the police tip line and make an anonymous information. And if you are a minor, I would suggest you confide in your parent or your guardian first and have them accompany you as well. I heard it, man say $500. What about children that goes on the bus with the child would be going into questioning? Okay, you see, this is where we're getting the information coming in. Hold on. Let's see, we're getting live information here. Let's see. No search to any kids was conducted. There we go. This is another parent who's confirming. So kids were able to leave the school. No searches were done. So we don't know if they will even find a weapon on the compound or anything like that. One is saying he's in my tutorial chat. By the way, prep was canceled for the day. So I'm hoping that that child goes home, but I'm quite sure by now all the parents will realize that no school after school activities will be happening today. That man hid that in the bush. Okay, so I'm hoping that the police will do that. Bro, I doubt that. It was a real gun. Again, this is confirming. And he had it in the bush by the wall. Okay. By the pool is a question. They thought it was a BB gun. Or by the sports hall. Then we're hearing by the pool. I'm going to get it tomorrow and sell it. Oh, really, guys? Come on. You bet the other side, because I saw a lot of boys over there. Okay. Where were all of the teachers when all this was happening? Is there one security guard on the campus, or is there multiple security guards? And I mean, for something like this, if the kids are excited to see a gun, not understanding how dangerous it is, and I'm hearing based on this platform that it was a loaded weapon, where is it? Now we're getting confirmation that no child was actually searched when they left. So we don't even know, one, if the gun is still on the campus. Is it in the surrounding bushes? Is it close to the pool? Is it close to the bus? We don't know what's going to happen to the parents, because how does a child get a weapon from home to school? Agreed. For a minor, I will agree with you. That in cases like this, both parties should be held accountable. I mean, I think both parties should be held accountable. But again, 936-8255, you want to weigh in on that. You should not be on. Okay, sorry. I'm quite sure there's codes that I'm not understanding on this, but we need to get this information to the authorities. I don't know how you're going to do it to protect your identity, but what I am going to do, I am appealing to you, either to your trusted parent or guardian or somebody. You need to share this information. I mean, I'm here as well. 936-8255. I would have to confirm with you. This is also a space if you have information, but let you know I'm not gonna, I have to pass this on. But the right thing to do, if you know all of this information, you share it with the investigating officers. And I am really hoping that the Ministry of Education would just hurry with some sort of release. If it's not already out there, I haven't received anything yet. That they will let you know what is happening. And this is the thing. It feels every minute feels like an hour, because there are questions that is being asked. You're seeing the discussions that is happening live. So yeah, they broke 4 automatic doors. Well, they may need them now in all the schools. So that reprioritize funding for education. Today, education got millions of dollars. I got that up here as well. In additional supplementary funding. So yeah, let's see what's going to happen. Maybe they'll have to come back with another section 12. I'll break down what happened there today. But this is where you reprioritize your priorities when we have to change. And this is what happens. Don't make them fool Anna. She on mute. He want to shoot someone. Oh, it's someone. Okay, so is this a feud? Is this a gang war? Is this something? What happened that has gotten this young man so enraged that he wants to shoot someone? You're putting 750, and I say the name. Do that to the Royal Cayman Islands Police Service, please. If they want to do a reward for all information, and you can be dealt with anonymously. And a name is one thing. The investigation has to be actually done. Brianna, but everyone is going to be curious tomorrow and start searching the whole school for it. Yeah, I agree. And this is why you all are appealing that school's not open tomorrow. And I'm quite sure. I will leave it up to the powers that be, especially in the ministry, that should be done. Tomorrow is what, Friday? And then they'll have the whole entire weekend to canvass the place. I'm assuming now, because this would be a crime scene until they have satisfied themselves that no weapon or weapons are on there, would have added security, like for the entire perimeter. I'm hoping that they will have drones as well, so that the whole entire school right now is a place where no one, unless you're an investigative officer, should be allowed to be on. And I know wandering eyes, curious children, maybe someone trying to cover up. These are all situations that they need to be prepared for. So, yeah, I know a lot of you are shocked. She is on mute via the shit line. 900, I say the name. Exactly. Children are going to be curious. This is why school needs to be locked down. Yep. They are not. Some will, but yeah. Oh, yep. So if there has been conversations ensued, was this something that was planned? Did you guys hear? Is this an ongoing feud that has escalated? What is it over? What is the cause of this? Is it girlfriend? Is it, I don't know. What could actually bring this hatred that someone would want to bring a gun to school and shoot another classmate, knowing that others, numerous, could be injured? Isn't there something that they could talk it out? I mean, what is the cause? What would cause this, that a student would be that angry at their own classmates to be able to bring a gun, and I gotta use the word alleged, a loaded gun, based on what I'm seeing here, to school to shoot their friend or friends? So yeah, did they find a gun? We don't know. We're still waiting for that to happen, to get reports on that. If he hid it in the bush and now another child finds it, then what? They need to report. They shouldn't even touch it, to be honest, because then their fingerprints will be on it. They would call 911 and definitely make a report, but they don't want to be touching this because then their fingerprints will be on it. And you don't want to conceal it either, meaning you don't want to hide it. So yeah, how you handle that is the proper thing to do would be to call the authorities. Clifton did not take this serious. Well, we're hoping to get some reports, and I'm hopefully, because it's still developing, that through freedom of information, there would have to be an incident report that would have to be done. And we're going to then rely seriously on what information and reports come out from the Royal Cayman Islands Police Service, be it an interim, and that could be in collaboration with the ministry, as to making sure that come Monday, let's say there's no school tomorrow. I am not saying that there's no school tomorrow, but let's say for safety, that they say no school tomorrow. I'm quite sure all this weekend they should be working tirelessly on a policy on how to handle situations like this, so the mayhem of what is being reported will not be repeated again. Maya, why should have spots where are allowed to have our phones. Okay, we should have spots where we're allowed to have our phones. Okay, again, these are all sound suggestions. And then you shouldn't be allowed to use your phones during class time and in certain designated areas. But who's going to follow the rules? I think this is going to be a joint approach between the student body and the powers that be, and proving that you can use your phones responsibly and you follow the rules. Now, does it mean, Maya, that they will have to put new guidelines, but have you all participate and around the big table when this decision is being made? That is also key. And this is why it's important to get your feedback on this, on this right here, and you share it with your student council body. Is there a student council body at your school? I know you have your prefects and you have your head boy and you have your head girl. They're supposed to be like the lead advocates for situations and topics like this. And then based on how robust that is, it is up for the leaders then, your principals and the ministry, to listen to your feedback, because not sometimes, your feedback is critical in policy development and for adequate funding as well. But safety is priority. National security is a national responsibility. And these are some of the things that, again, do we have to change our footprint? We have this culture, oh, this will never happen here, but yet something like this happens, and then, oof, it's a 48-hour talk, or the finger pointing because it can only be one bad child. And then, God forbid, it happens again, and then it's another talk. There's no consistency. There's no continuity until something happens. And that's probably why, again, it is alleged that the untimely reporting of this incident leaves a bad taste because appears as though the principal was not so quick in even sounding the alarm to her superiors or their superiors. I don't know what the, hold on, I'm getting some messages. So this is all key. Let me see. Okay, good afternoon. This is coming in from a teacher. The school's opening plan design leaves no secure areas for students or staff to take shelter in the event of an armed intruder. Furthermore, staff members were unaware of what was occurring, and there are currently no established safety protocols or procedures in place to address such a situation. There you have it. And that's from a teacher. That's from a teacher. So here we go again. Serious policies are going to have to be put in place. And I want to make sure that this becomes a reality. So at the end of the day, what is being alleged is, I have to use these key terms. You will understand why someone in my position have to use certain terms, even though you're saying, Miss Sabrina, you're using alleged. We telling you, ma'am, it is real. It's real. Until being a responsible podcaster and sharing information, especially breaking news like this, you don't want to pretty much say things that I can't prove. And this is why it's important, even though you're commenting here, is that you actually make these reports to the right authorities. It's not like I don't doubt you, but I have a responsibility in this space that when I say it, I have to have sound grounds. And even though this is considered information, it still has to be processed by the investigative authorities. And I know it's frustrating. Well, why she can't believe me? I telling you, I saw it. It's not that I don't believe you. It's just that I'm not the investigating body. And I'm hoping that they will use this platform here with all 206 of you that are on Facebook alone, that you would use this platform this evening as a part of the investigation. I am still getting information. So, yeah. So I saw two boys running home. Well, maybe they don't take the bus. Are they connected? Okay. Thank you for that, commenter on my other line. Security don't even got a gun. No, they don't. They're not allowed to carry a gun. Again, that's the laws here in the Cayman Islands. You see what's happening in Florida right now, that it's open carry. And you see what's happening with gun crimes in the United States. So we don't even want to entertain that conversation right now, because can you imagine, we have gun laws here that you're not allowed to have guns unless it's a licensed firearm, and the protocols for how that is even stored and all that sort of stuff is very rigid. But yet we can have our police commissioner saying how much guns are out there. And we got these smart printers that can actually make these. We have seen cases where there are gun parts coming in bit by bit and you then assemble them. This is real. So we need to just get our heads out of the sand and deal with this head on, and do not wait for an incident to happen in order to be active. We don't want to be reactive. We want to be proactive. And you guys, you young people are the key to that success. You guys are the key to that success. What is it that we're missing from you all, that you're feeling this type of rage, this type of anger? Is how you conflict resolute, how you solve problems. What is it that me being 51, talk to me. What is it that we're not understanding as a parent? Because I connect with a lot of you, and I thank you all for trusting me, because I have a thing with the young people. But I got to ask you this evening, speak to Auntie Sabrina. What is it that someone of my age, because I'm 51, you may say, Miss Sabrina, you old, you never understand our lingo. I could be honest with you, I don't. Teach me. Talk to me. Why is it that picking up a weapon is your solution? What is it that we're missing? What is it? I don't know. I'm genuinely asking. You have entrusted me by commenting here, and based on your own words publicly are saying, Miss, there is a loaded gun there. We saw it. It was loaded. It's real. It is not alleged. You all know the individual. Why? For all I know, they're commenting on this live. If you are there, tell me why. Is it you want the public recognition? Is it the fame you're looking for? What is it? Are you not getting the attention at home? Why ending another friend's life is the answer? Why possibly injuring so many others is the answer? We're asking for immigration reform. We're asking for expungement of one spliff of ganja, a little bit of weed, so that you all won't be barred from getting a job, so that you won't be barred from getting a US visa, or your ESTA will not be rejected because of a stupid mistake. Okay, fine. Errors happen. Let's say it was a poor judgment. You think it's cool being on social media, brandishing a firearm? How old are you? Please tell me, what is it we are missing from the young people that you're resorting to solving your problems by opening fire, brandishing a firearm? Tell me. Because I want to know. I may not have the answers, but if it's all just to listen, for God's sake, let me know. Let me in. Let me in. We need to listen a little bit more. We need to understand your language. Yeah. If there's something that's being planned, do not let the Cayman Islands be in the headlines for mass shooting at anywhere. Don't. That's not who we are. You could be ruining your life. You could be ending somebody's life. You're robbing yourself of a future. You're robbing your friends of a future. Job, opportunities. There's so much at stake. For what type of fame? What do you define as a bad man or a bad girl or a gangster? What's that? Tell me, because I don't understand it. Do you feel that we have failed you as adults, as the Cayman Islands, that this is what you're going to resort to? That we have to think twice? And if that is the case, if this comment is the case, what are they lacking home? Where can this society fit in? Who is David Splat? It is said now that Triple C actually does a drill for guns. Why is the government? Oh God, we need a policy. David Splat is a name that's being thrown out here, and I guess if this name was on over the intercom, the person with the gun is David Splat. David, if you're listening to this podcast, darling, how can we help? What's going on? Okay, fine. If you made a mistake. David, what's going on? What's happening? You can come under here under a different profile name. Just reach out for help. I don't have the answers, but I can tell you one thing, baby. Gun is not the answer. A gun is not the answer. The gun was thrown in the bushes and his name was David Splat. The bushes where? Is it close to the bus? Is it close to the playfield? Is it close by the pool? I'm hearing certain areas. Bro, the boy is in the live. Yo, okay, thank you. David, I'm appealing to you, my love. Please, please, get some help. This is not cool. This is not cool. You don't want to be known by your friends, the guy who shut down school 1. The guy who was cool and brought a loaded gun to school. You don't want that behind your name, darling. That's not the headlines you want about you. You're better than that. And even if something like this makes you embarrassed to face your peers, you can overcome this. This does not have to chart your course for your future. Even though our society is very unforgiving, you are young enough that you can overcome this. I thank you, though. I thank you for not discharging that weapon. But whatever thoughts you have in your head, whatever anger you have in you that even brought this on, David Splat, your parents, your brothers, your sisters, your aunts, think about you. That are you. That's not you. And whatever feud is going on with you, please, even if your brother is older than you and he has the gun, now all attention is on him. I hope it's a licensed firearm. We don't want this public attention now to lead to any more anger, because now all focus is going to be on every one of David Spat's family. Look at there. We don't want that. You can get over this. You can get over this. The children said, I'm getting more information, that he was bullied from he started the school. Typical. Typical. And it's ending up. Why? David, baby. Is it that you're so smart that everybody thinks that you are a nerd? Is it they're after you because your head is funny? Is it that you have a weird nose? Do you walk funny? But let me tell you something, David. Let me share a very personal story with you. And to anybody that is listening, to every one of you students, because I'm getting information. If you were bullied, darling, the older you get, it becomes like water on a duck's back. I'm a graduate of class of 1990. And all during primary school, I went to Sir John A. Cumber Primary School. I went to middle school those days, what you guys call now Clifton Hunter, because it's now combined. And then I graduated the class of 1990 at Cayman Islands High School. I'm a big girl. I'm a big woman. And I'm going to get very personal with you all right now because, David, I'm speaking to you. I was bullied in school. And let me tell you why. Because I was always bigger than my classmates. And I had really big boobs. I got called Big Bubba Sabrina, look old scrub ahead. My grandmother used to comb my hair, and it's the ugliest thing with the plaits. Yeah. I never, ever one day resorted, whether or not it hurt me. Oh, yes, it did. Did I ever wanted to be like some of the pretty girls who got all the boyfriends, who got invited to the prom? Yeah. I felt bad that I was never invited to anything. Never. I never got asked out for a date. But it looks as though your generation, which I'm trying to understand, because I'm sharing this story publicly to say it's not the end of the world. Because look at Miss Sabrina now. Some of my own classmates, class of 1990, are saying, wow, if I only knew. So I know it's hard for you to think 15, 20 years ahead, and you're only thinking in the now because everything has to happen like this. Come on, baby. This is not the answer. I could have been a tyrant at school. And then what good would that have given me? Suspensions, detentions, would have it would have interfered with my studies. I lived with that all of my life until now. Guess what? They're paying for bubbies. Yeah. But yet all during school, I was bullied because I was blessed. Right? What I'm saying is, what is happening today does not and will not define your tomorrow. But I'm telling you, this is not the solution. And if there's something going on at home, baby, there are people out here that can talk to you, or that you can talk to. So yeah. Oh, really? David, is this you? Why are you so angry? Why? Why? What is this going to solve, darling? What's happening? Why are they bullying you? And David? Why? Let us know why, because there are people who will be in tune that they will know exactly how to help you. He say he make the brack splat. I don't know what that means. Please, we need to understand what's going on here. We really need to understand. David, I know everything is raw right now, and I'm hoping that some guardian or parent or some powers that be can see, but if there's any child or children who knows where this weapon is, until we get the updates whether or not a weapon has been found, I'm hoping that you will do the right thing. He's going to get me. Oh, God. My boy in the live. Yeah. He's in the live. Yes. Cool. Gun was found at the school on the islands. Yes. Oh, wow. He wants to be famous. This is not the way to go about being famous, though. He's going to make that Draco splat. What's a Draco splat? Can somebody just decode this stuff? She not even see the comments delayed. Okay. Yes, they are. A lot of these comments are coming in. Did the RCIPS confirm the gun was found? We're still waiting for that. Our prep was canceled. Yes. I think he was wearing a black hoodie trying to hide his face after lunch or something. So from how long did they know this? Yeah. So all of these I'm definitely putting up. So I'm trying to get to these, but I had to try and see if I could break through David because he looks like he's on a different wavelength here. And I'm hoping he can get the help that he needs. I bring my phone either way because I don't know what happened. Bulletproof, try some. Connie, leave the guns at home. Yes, we need to do hashtag, let that go viral. How does someone else have the same name as me? Classes, close school, this isn't normal. It isn't. And if it's going to escalate like this, because you're seeing the comments right here, and I'm going to post every one of them. Is there any confirmation from the RCIPS? Not yet. I haven't gotten anything yet. 936-8255. They can call. I can send them the link if they want. Safest felt all year. Safest I felt all year. Nope. Somebody's saying no. I have it in my bag. I have it in my bag. David, I got you. Okay. It's allowed in John Grace, so why not at Clifton? What is allowed? Phones? Closed school? I got the drac on me right now. Okay. You see the power of social media? This is serious, guys. This is really, really serious. And I'm really hoping that you guys understand how serious this is so that you don't take it as a joke. And until something really, really bad happens, then it's going to be everything. But we want to make sure that we understand what's going on here. Some teachers didn't let us call our parents. Cancel school, that is the call to cancel school. David gave me it about spin on the tops. David is on Clifton badness. Who do you know what? Said David made it splat. Oh my God, I'm dead. Okay. I don't know. Got 50 rounds in it right now. It's in the bush. Rose toys. East End kids always have it worse. Yes, he is. You guys suffer. You all don't know nothing. It not in no bush. They done search there. Your name is War Baby. His name is David something. Please allow cell phones. Okay, hold on, I'm getting something. Okay. Save as. I got information coming in here. Just bear with me. This is a holding statement just released by the Ministry of Education and Training, Department of Education Services. Holding statement, alleged weapon at Clifton Hunter High School, Georgetown, Cayman Islands, 25th of September, 2025. The Ministry of Education Training and the Department of Education Services received a report today concerning a student alleged to have been in possession of a weapon at Clifton Hunter High School. The Royal Cayman Islands Police Service, RCIPS, is immediately called to investigate following their initial inquiries. No weapon was found. However, further investigations are ongoing. School will proceed as normal tomorrow, Friday, the 26th of September, with enhanced security measures, including additional security officers and increased police presence. The Ministry of Education and DES wish to assure the public that the safety and well-being of students and staff remains their highest priority. So there you have it. That was just shared with me, and I am sharing this with you again. So this is official. This is a holding statement for immediate press release, released by the Department of Education Services and the Ministry of Education and Training. And it states exactly what I said, that the Royal Cayman Islands Police is immediately called to investigate this incident. And following their inquiries, no weapon was found. Again, no weapon was found based on this immediate press release. However, further investigations are ongoing. And as such, based on this time, a holding statement, school will proceed as normal. So there will be school. School as of this moment will not be closed tomorrow, Friday, the 26th of September. But what they will do is have enhanced security measures, including additional security officers and increased police presence. So the ministry is assuring the public that the safety and well-being of students and staff remains their highest priority. So there, you have it right there. And I will give it to you as it comes to me. So download. Yep. So I'm quite sure in the social media chats and so forth, they will share that with you. David, I'm going to make sure I display every comment you got that you put here, because I'm hoping you're joking in a sense, but this is a serious matter. And I think that, I hope this is not a fictitious page that is actually with your name. And I'm hoping that someone is not actually playing around here. Barbara G, good evening. Welcome to you. Goodie. The criminal in chat. If Anna don't believe it, me Anna watch Kevin Llewellyn. Anna was scared going up to me, and your class used to be Mr. Alum and DeAndre, remember when I headlock you boy and you just sat there and watched? Look, I hope the authorities at B is really realizing what's happening here. And this is playing out in real time. So look here. This is serious. 3 David Spat, heartbroken. So I'm hoping that the powers that be will actually go with this investigation, but you can hear it right there based on the press release that school will actually be open tomorrow. So download. Yeah, so we are going to make sure that we do this. I am making sure that I give you all of the latest happenings so that you can have it here as they come in. Yep. I am quite sure. My son, this is messages that I'm getting. My son says gun was thrown around the gold field area. He was not being bullied. He was the actual bully from day one, according to what this parent's son is saying. This opens the question of his background, parents, and other family members. Apparently, he was like this in his past, but he started changing since year 10, leaning more towards gang activities, gang music, and acting gangster. This is really bad. Again, this is for the this is from a concerned parent, and their child is sharing this, and I have permission to share those comments with you. So it's a lot. It looks as though there's something going on with our friend here, Mr. David Splat. So, yeah. Gabrielle Stoll say he not dying, trying to know man. Oh, okay. I don't feel safe at this school. You all need to make these comments known. And what will make you safe is what is the key. It's just a gun. No, that's not just, it's what it's going to be used, or if it was going to be used. And I mean, just the mere fact that it's a gun, it shouldn't be in the public, and especially if it's, why would you bring a gun to school? And with what you're seeing playing out here, that doesn't make it right. So yeah, here we go. There you have it on Sabrina Speaks. With this breaking news, for those of you, schools will not, based on the holding statement just released by the Department of Education Services, schools will not be closed tomorrow. They're going to be enhancing security details there. And yeah, they're going to have a stronger police presence and more security officers on the site. So yep. These are, the principal said we can't bring our phones because the school not clean. I don't understand that. Okay. I don't know if he's really in the chat. I don't even know if this is really David Splat that they're talking about. I don't know. All I know that based on some of the conversations that are here, there is something going on, and based on information being received, I think that the Ministry of Education, Royal Cayman Islands Police Service, needs to really look at all of the complaints and all of the allegations being made, all of the comments that are being shared here, and everyone calm down. It was a toy gun, is what Casper is saying. For what has come from the earlier comments, is that it was a loaded gun, and it's still got the burgers. They're confirming again that phones are allowed at John Gray. So, yeah. But I need to know, what is it we're missing from the young people? And it's amazing where this show has been live and not one call. That speaks a lot about our society. Not to comment about this, but just for parents, for people to concern, to engage in conversation. This is amazing. And that is what we're talking about, having our heads buried in the sand. And this is concerning. And until we are able to speak out and speak up, stuff like this happens. You will be on this space, and I appreciate the comments, but who's commenting? Who is really standing up for our youth? This is what's happening. even those who are, against what's happening, where is your voice? Why aren't you finding your voice? Why am I the only one on this platform speaking besides the comments that is coming up here? Is this a society that we are coming in, but yet we want to point the fingers at everybody? How are we going to know what's happening in our society? Really? So remaining silent is not the answer. We will continue to go down a slippery slope if this is what's going to be happening, to be honest with you. I'm rather disappointed, to say the least, that not even a concerned parent would be willing to speak and without calling name, not blaming anyone either. But what I'm saying, advocates to really put an end to this. Good evening, caller. You're live on Sabrina Speaks.
Good evening, Miss Sabrina. How are you this evening, my dear?
I wish I was better because I'm looking at all these comments that are coming in here, and there is really cause for concern.
Yeah, I just got back home a little while ago, and I tuned in, and I went to Cayman Road. Let me say my 2 cents on it, because the parents should be calling in, but I don't know why they're silent.
I have no clue, caller. I don't know.
If I was a parent or if I was a guardian of a child, regardless of which school I went, I would be calling in. I would be voicing my opinion. So I'm going to voice mine as a citizen of this country. The article on Cayman CMR says no police came and no weapon, no gun was found on the premises of the high school.
Correct. That's the holding statement that was just released, and I read it live.
It is just very sad that we have gotten this far. I mean, we already know the problems with some of the students at the school. We know there are bullies in these schools. There are this, there that. There have been, fights that have gone on previously, and children afraid to go back to school because they're being beat upon and this and that. You even had instances in the past where they cuss the teachers out, they hit the teachers. Parents, I'm sorry, I have helped raise a niece and a nephew from one of my siblings many years ago. But as parents and as guardians, we must open our mouths, we must speak up, because regardless a gun was not found or not, there is concern. And concern, there should be concern. You should have parents calling you off. This is not the time to go behind Facebook messaging, WhatsApp messaging. We need to speak about the issues that are happening. Our young children are exposed to millions more things than you were when we were growing up. Times have changed. The internet is a dangerous place. And the first thing parents do, I got to keep in contact with my child. But are you really checking your child's phone? Are you really knowing who your children's friends are? Because it falls into parenting. No, I'm going to get my child, they're turning 12, they're responsible. I'm going to get my child a cell phone. A cell phone at 12 years old, when they spend all day on it. Priorities for some parents. They make material things, honestly, take care of their children, because some parents are nowhere to be seen with some of these children. And we all have a responsibility. If we see a child doing something wrong, to speak up, to say it's not right. My opinion on this is, although no gun was found at school, there should be no school at the school tomorrow. What the education department should do is call every parent and tell them there is going to be a parent-teachers meeting tomorrow evening, okay? And have the meeting and address what took place this evening, today, whatever. But yes, I'm like you. I just tuned in, but I'm going, where are our parents for these students? Where are the voices for the children? Because that's what parents are till children get 18 years of age. You are their voice. You are their guardian. You are their protectors. So I would love to hear the education department come back out and say school is canceled tomorrow. It can be made up for that day. Sorry, you need to address the problem. Suppose school starts tomorrow and somebody brings a real gun to school. Did they even think about that scenario? You know, it is just very sad to see where the Cayman Islands have come in such a short time. Because we are talking about our leaders for tomorrow, for the years to come down. And if we are saying a student brought a gun to school and then no gun was found, we need to find out how all of this transpired first. And it should be on the education department to close the school down and call the parents from this evening and say, there is going to be a parent-teachers meeting, and you, as many parents that can attend, needs to attend. Or they should make it mandatory that they attend it. Because suppose something else happens tomorrow in one of our schools, then what are we going to say? Oh, we didn't have the, we what? We didn't take it seriously? When are we actually going to sit down and hold some of these parents and guardians accountable for what these children do in society? Because they're underage, you know. Let me tell you, it is a sad state when you hear something, you come home and you hear breaking news, gun being found at high school. Where is the security? Where are the checks for their backpacks? Are we going to have to go as far as putting metal detectors into our schools now?
It may actually go there.
Yeah, it could. It probably will possibly go there, Miss Sabrina.
Well, we've
very sad.
We've gotten confirmation from a teacher, an educator, who's confirmed that there is no written policy for even how to deal with scenarios like this.
Well,
so there's a lot.
What I'm talking about.
Yeah. So this is something that's going to pretty much happen over the weekend, overnight. And
yes.
Yeah.
And school should not be going on tomorrow. Give the children a day off. They can make it up. Make parents take responsibility for their children. It is not the education department's responsibility. When the children leave school, it is the parents' responsibility. But the teachers and the educators are responsible. And the government, on a bigger scale, are the ones responsible for our children when they are in school. So they should be kept safe at all times. You know, gone are the days when me and you grew up and went to school in the 70s and the 80s. Those days are gone. We are living in a different time. We are living in a different era. And if the powers to be cannot understand that this little one instance could blossom into something a lot bigger.
Exactly.
Because children are exposed to the internet. Take a look at what's happening in America. Every week you hear a shooting somewhere. Do we want to become that unsensitized to crime and to every other mad thing that is happening here?
Hold on a second, caller. I'm going to merge this call with another one so that it doesn't... Hello? Hello?
I'm here.
Yeah, go ahead. That other caller.
Yeah.
But
So,
I'm gonna ask you to just wrap up because we're getting a lot of calls now.
It is just I'm grateful because that's what I called for. The parents need to call in, and then please call in, parents.
Yes.
Because you have to take responsibility for your children when they're with you. The government is responsible for them.
Yes.
closed tomorrow.
Yes.
So that the education department can make some sense of what happened today.
Thank
I'll
you.
leave you there and
Thank
I'll
you, my
listen,
love.
and I thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Good evening, caller. You're live.
Hi, Sabrina.
Hi.
Thank you for calling on the parents. I think something we need to remember is that we have a lot of shocked children. Right now, we have in my own family, I think 5 or 6 kids at Clifton Hunter. And we're having family meetings right now.
You see?
It's 6 kids that we have. We're having family meetings right now about whether or not these children are going to be safe and whether or not they're going to school tomorrow and what demands are going to be made of the school. So, you know, I know you want to hear from the parents. I'd give them a little break right now just because we have some very, very, very upset kids.
Understood.
Right?
Understood.
And I'm also noticing, because I'm watching on the Cayman site, a lot of those students are playing games behind.
I realize that, which is why I'm
right
booting
now.
a lot of them off right now. They're taking it for a joke.
But Sabrina, I would really want to know if the government issued computers are being used for this foolishness right now.
all of that needs to be looked at.
So that's the kind of question we need to be asking tomorrow. I would love for the education department to be pulling in those computers and making sure that, first of all of the protections are still on them as they should be.
Good idea.
Because this has been a concern of mine from the outset when we started giving computers to kids with very little control. So
you see, there were all good intent. There was all good intentions, but look at how they've been used. You know.
Yeah, but this is not. You know, this. We live in a society that's faced by a lot of change very, very quickly, and you're going to see a lot of foolishness on here right now. I just hope that every parent that is listening goes home and checks on the screens that their kids are on.
Hey, let me tell you, I'm just. It's to the point now that it is what it is.
Yeah. So just so you know, that's what's happening with parents right now. And I completely agree with the caller that just called in. They should be Clifton Hunter. God bless them. Last time I went to Clifton Hunter, I don't have kids, right? But the last time I went to Clifton Hunter, I went to support a family member. One of my family members had a knife pulled on her in school. And of course, like, I could say that right now and the child still be anonymous because I suspect this happens a decent amount of time, unfortunately. Right? And it was so funny because as I was being walked off the campus, the gentleman that walked me off, who was a lovely teacher, he handled it well. I didn't have any complaints. But honestly, I don't think this is a complaint against Clifton Hunter. But what he asked me was, because I said to him, listen, I came through the public system. I did, I think I did quite well in life coming through the public system. And it concerns me where the public high school system is today. And on the way out, he asked me, so please tell me, how has education improved since you were in school? And I was stunned because I was like, I'm so sorry, sir. Like, I graduated in 99 and all of us could read. So I don't know exactly what you mean by that because this is not happening now. Yeah. So, I would love for these parents to go home and figure out who is all on this here. Yeah. On these comments.
Well,
right
I'm
now.
hoping, I mean, it's
children.
like, yes, it's true. Because this is really a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
But remember too, before I move on, Sabrina, I want you all to remember that it's not just kids that are scared. You have to remember that
the parents too. Yeah.
Not just the parents, the teachers.
Okay. Yes.
Sabrina,
you're quite right.
That's why I have a lot of grace for these teachers. They have not been prepared for this. They really didn't have a reason to be prepared for this until now.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure if we were preempting and being wise about where we are in the world, it would happen. But you have to understand, they're also scared. I mean, teachers have been attacked on multiple occasions. From the time I was in school, teachers have been attacked. So it's not, let's remember they're human too, and bullets do not discriminate.
Exactly.
So let's remember that these teachers probably did the best that they could with the instructions that they had.
Thank you.
So while I understand Clifton Hunter is where it's at, and all of these, there were probably valid concerns that need to be raised, you have to remember that these are teachers. These teachers are also human. So I think now is a good time for grace for everybody.
Yeah.
Let's just love up the children. Anybody who's supporting a teacher tonight, please support them.
Send them love.
And tomorrow, let's try and figure out who these little children are that misbehaving online. Because if they're misbehaving online, I bet you they're misbehaving in the classroom. I bet you it's some of those same little boys that were handling that gun today.
There we go.
All right. So
Thank
that's
you.
enough from me.
All right.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. Bye-bye. 936-8255. If you're calling from WhatsApp and I am on a straight call, I am not able to merge. Good evening, caller. You're live. Hello.
Hi, Sabrina. How are you?
I'm holding to faith, and I'm just blown over at what I'm seeing happening in the comments.
Absolutely.
This is just like,
absolutely.
Oh my God.
I know everybody must be emotional right now.
Yes.
And I am a hard advocate for children. Not a lot of people know things about me, but they will see me and they know, don't play with my children. And I have had a 23-year-old who went through Clifton Hunter, and I still have a young 8-year-old yet to go. And in between, I have other children. Okay? I can tell you, the more that I have fought in that school for my children, the more I have fought, I have spoken up against the bullying, against the lack of empathy from the adults, against the lack of compassion, the lack of care. I have been ostracized. I have been pushed to the side. I have been rubbed out. I have been arrested because of that school.
Oh, wow.
And I'm going to tell you right now, I see an opportunity for parents who have been through it like me with Clifton Hunter to start speaking up. Stop depending on the information that you are being given and you are being fed through email or phone call. If you pay attention to your children, you recognize patterns of behaviors. If you pay attention to your child, you know when something is wrong, and there's not enough parents out there right now who is acting on their children's needs. I have spoken up in front of the PTA meeting. I have spoken up in front of separate motivational groups, and parents go quiet because they recognize they have to hold themselves accountable for what our children are becoming. And no parent out there seems to want to be held accountable, and that is where we are falling short right now. It is not about us as parents. It is not about our pride. It is not about our reputation. It is not about our image. It is about getting our children through the education system safely, properly, motivationally, all kinds of lead. We need to get them out of the system as much as we can as parents, so that when they go out there into the world and they have to face bullying and real life situations, they know how to handle it. But having our children sit in a classroom day to day, being treated like little prisoners, to the fact where they're coming home and telling me that they feel that they are prisoners in that school. Every single thing from I've been a part of this school and I've been speaking out and advocating, every single thing has been covered up. Every single thing has been covered up. I've sat in a meeting where the leader got a call of a stabbing. And I'm shocked to know that that has never hit the public's ears. No word of it has ever happened. And I can tell you, I have personally sat in the office of the leaders of that school, and I have told them solutions on how to help our children. I have brought forward things. I have tried to start things, little initiatives, and I have been pushed to the side all the time. That school they need to stop with the covering up. The ministry needs to not see that school as a problem or a long distance drive and start monitoring that school more than they are. Because right now, the principal herself, the deputies, and all the teachers are able to run free reign there. And believe it or not, and I don't know how many parents will agree with their children telling them this, but I can tell you, the teachers are bullies. The staff are bullies. Our children are being verbally abused. Our children are being told, that's why Caymans can't get no job. Y'all lazy, you don't want to do nothing. If this is what is being told to our children in the schools, mind you, by people that are hired and came into our country, it doesn't matter where they're from, they are not our local cultural people. They are not culturally educated. And they deal with our children as if they are from the slums of this country. I have watched it. I have seen it. And I'm sick and tired of hearing people blame the children. There are no bad children. There are only bad teachers. That could be anybody, because if you are an adult and you are in a child's life, you are automatically given that responsibility to teach our children. What are you teaching them when you're telling them negative things? What are you teaching them when they're coming to you and they're talking to you and they're crying out to you and telling you that the situation is bothering them and you're telling them, no, you'll be fine? What are you teaching our children when you're literally telling them, don't go home and tell the right information? What are you doing? And I am so sorry to have to say this, but our teachers have to be culturally educated on how to handle our young children. They need further training. They need to be vetted. They need to be vetted. And I am one advocate that will continue as long as I have breath left in me, because I no way that I have 6 children and the 6 of them will grow up to be little delinquents in their own home. And I pray that parents hear me this night, this evening, right now. I pray that they hear me and that they listen. We have no more time for pride. We have no more time for pride. Our children are growing up and we are not there. What do you think is going to happen? We don't want our streets to raise our children anymore. Parents need to stand up, look in the mirror, hold themselves accountable, and move on and move up. Our children need us.
Yes.
Thank you, Sabrina.
Thank you so much. Thank you, caller. Oh, that was an emotional cry for sure. And 936-8255. If you're calling via WhatsApp and I am on a straight call, I would not be able to take your call. Okay. So just bear with me, please. I'm just calling back some of the calls that I see I'm missing. Hello? I'm going to try to return because they are coming in. Let's see. Good evening, caller. Okay. 936-8255. Again, if you're calling and there is and I'm on a straight call, I'm not going to be able to merge the calls. So again, you're free to call in. I understand that this could be this is nerve-wracking, and the fear that is out there because you don't feel secure. But the cries that I'm getting from the parents is that schools should not be open tomorrow because they do not feel safe. And this is what we're getting. I've spoken to my younger family who attend Clifton Hunter, and the students claim they have seen the weapon be disposed in the bush, and students were all terrified. So again, 936-8255. Speak your mind, call back. The phone lines are now open. I'm just posting a lot of the comments. I'm booting out some crap that I'm also seeing. I'm banning a lot of people as well with foolishness that I'm seeing. And yes, for the amount of spats that I've seen come up on the screen, I am actually gonna just block you. So this is crazy. This is a serious topic here, and what we're actually seeing here, this is not a joke. And I agree with the caller who said, you know, some of these devices that they have needs to be looked at. So yeah, Aliano, parents are busy fostering this nonsense, proclaiming they are stressing out the needs to be seen as good parents, the bend to the needs of undisciplined children. There we go. It's alleged by multiple year 11 students themselves that it was all over a small fuss after a student lost a fight. That is so pathetic. Again, these are comments that are coming in live on this feed. The phone lines are open, 936-8255, if you're a parent that wants to see change, that actually, is just not feeling safe. Just, this is a place for you. Speak out. You're not, just tell us how you're feeling as a concerned parent or guardian. This is what we're doing here. I haven't gotten any more information, no more than that press release, which is a holding statement, by the way. That is a holding statement. So it means that there's a possibility it could change again. And for those of you who just be joining us, the Ministry of Education and Training and the Department of Education Services received a report today concerning a student alleged to be in possession of a weapon at Clifton Hunter High School. The Royal Cayman Islands Police Service was immediately called to investigate. Following their initial inquiries, no weapon was found. However, further investigations are ongoing. School will proceed as normal tomorrow. That's Friday, the 26th of September, with enhanced security measures, including additional security officers and increased police presence. So the ministry themselves wishes to assure the public that the safety and well-being of students and staff remains their highest priority. Good evening, caller. You're live on Sabrina Speaks.
Good evening, Sabrina. How are you doing today?
I am fine, thank you.
Okay.
What's on your mind? I got the voice. You're live. What's on your mind? What's your concern?
It's a lot on my mind. I was honestly, I wanted to take in all the information that I got before I even speak up, before I say anything, trying to digest and everything. And in my opinion, this relies more. I don't even blame the kids, because as kids, we all made mistakes. This is a huge one. Yes, we all understand that, but we also have to look at in a different perspective. We have to look at the background of the kids. We have to look at the parents. What is happening within the family? What is happening in his home environment? You know, that's one thing. On the other side, I do agree with the caller that says that school should not be open, because if there is a weapon that was involved into this incident, and the weapon has not been found, and there are rumors or information circulating that the weapon was found within the surroundings of the school, I think police should be locking the school down until that weapon is found. What happens if tomorrow some other kids or the kid friends has knowledge or know the whereabouts of this gun and go and picks it up? That is something else that people should consider, or the Ministry of Education should consider, that until this weapon is found, I don't think you can call a good search just for a few hours of searching. So I think the Ministry of Education should keep the school up until the weapon is found. I mean, there's way much information already been exposed of the whereabouts of this weapon. My 2 cents.
Oh, wow. Well, we're hoping what we're also hearing in this space, caller, is that the children are shocked. There are a number of parents right now and families who have children that, even though, the ministry says that school will actually happen and they're going to enhance security tomorrow, that they're actually taking matters into their own hands because they're actually not comfortable, that the time pretty much is so short, and they're feeling and seeing all the comments on this, whether or not it's for fun or on the fictitious names and stuff, fictitious profiles, that this is something that should be taken seriously, because the gentleman that is alleged, obviously this has a problem, and whether it goes unchecked, we don't want this to be an incident. We want to be proactive and not reactive. And I feel that is the takeaway from all the discussions that has actually ensued here this evening, that they want this to be taken seriously and all full investigation. And people are just feeling, that look, going back to school tomorrow, it's just too early. I
am a concerned parent. I got 2 kids. I got 2 kids in Clifton, and I'm one of those type of parents that I look out for my kids, and they have my full authorization to carry their phone to school. But get caught and use it wisely. You are only allowed to use it if it is of an emergency, like what happened today. Now, those parents out there that technology is just part of life these days. Take it from that work in the field of IT.
Right.
You can't hide from it. There's nothing. I mean, you have to just adapt to it. But you have to also be responsible.
Yeah.
Know what your kids are doing. There are multiple tools that you can put in place within your household to monitor what your kids are watching. What time do they go to bed? Until what time they are allowed to be on playing games. What the games that they are watching. Monitor the games. I mean, there's so many things, automations that can happen within your household that you can monitor your kids. I do it myself. I'm in the IT field. I know that a lot of people might say, okay, but we're not IT savage or all this. But that's not the case. The tools are there just as how some parents have the time and put in the dedication to probably sit down and watch a Netflix TV show or a movie, or maybe spend the whole entire day washing their cars. They can also spend a little bit of time learning about the technology and the things that you can implement within your household to monitor your kids, to know what they're doing.
Right.
That's my input in there.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for weighing in as a concerned parent.
We're still up though.
Oh yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. We appreciate all that. And we got a lot of scammers on here. Please don't just block these people. I'm doing all I can on the back end. So please just block them. And we just don't respond to them. I am actually doing everything I can to try and just sift them out. But yeah, this has been a very emotive episode of Sabrina Speaks. And for those again who may have been missing it, I'm seeing some comments that people are just realizing what had happened. I'm going to play this video, but since then we have gotten a holding statement from the ministry. So I'll play this video one more time for the sake of those who join us after the two times that I've already played it. And then I will definitely share the press release that I'm quite sure.
We have breaking news coming out of Clifton Hunter High School, where the campus is currently being evacuated. Sources on the ground tell CMR that a student allegedly threatened to bring firearms to the school. His name was reportedly called over the intercom, and both school security and police are actively searching the area behind the school where the weapons are believed to have been hidden in nearby bushes. Students have been rushed onto buses for safety, but instead of the usual pickup at the back of the school, buses were diverted to the front entrance. Parents report a heavy police presence around the back of the property during this ongoing search. We are still awaiting official confirmation from the RCIPS and the Department of Education Services. This is a developing story, and we'll bring you the very latest updates as soon as we have them. Stay tuned right here to CMR, Cayman's #1 source for breaking news.
Yes, that's what we have. That's the latest. And again, the holding statement released from the Ministry of Education, it says school will proceed as normal tomorrow, Friday, the 26th of September, with enhanced security measures, including additional security officers and increased police presence. At the time of this release, following their initial inquiries, no weapon was found. However, further investigations are still ongoing. That will conclude this evening's edition of Sabrina Speaks, and I am wishing you my appeal would be to anyone who has information to see if they can actually share what they know and, take this serious. I want to thank all the persons who called, who participated, who vented, and to all the parents that are concerned. We just can't give up the fight. And to any young person who may be feeling so disgruntled that they're feeling that this is the answer, that you actually reconsider. Reach out to someone that you trust. And because this is not the answer. This is not going to solve the problem. Until tomorrow, have a safe evening. Good night, and God bless.
That's a wrap for today's edition of Sabrina Speaks. Thank you for tuning in and for being part of the conversation. Remember, the dialogue doesn't stop here. Stay engaged, stay informed, and most importantly, stay empowered. We'll be back tomorrow at 5 p.m., same time, same place, right here on CMR TV and radio, where your voice matters and your truth is heard. Until then, Cayman, take care of yourself and each other.
That's it for today's edition of Sabrina Speaks, where your voice matters, your story counts, and your truth is always welcome. Join us weekdays from 5 until 6:30 p.m. right here on CMR TV as we dive into the topics that matter most to you. Catch the show live or on demand at cmrtv.com. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram so you never miss a moment. Until next time, stay informed, stay engaged, and always speak your truth.